Hello everyone. We'll wait for 5 more minutes for the others to join and then we'll begin our session. Okay, so hello, good evening everybody. So I guess we can start the session. So welcome to the live session of DBMS, that is a database management system. So by now I hope all of you know that. So let me at first introduce you the course instructor team of DBMS and then we'll move ahead to the course content. So hello everyone, myself Anjana. I am a course instructor of DBMS. Then we have the lead instructor who is Piyush Vedade. Then we have Subhendu Gore as a course instructor and Pradeep Murmu again as a course instructor. So our team will be there for you 24/7. So if you have any queries or any doubts regarding the course or the content of the course, so please communicate with us, please contact us. There are many ways. I hope all of you are very familiar with them. So starting with the, yeah, okay. So, starting with the course itself, so I hope all of you are aware of it. Still, like, we'll just catch up on a few things. So, every single week, starting from this week to the next 12 weeks, we will be having two regular sessions on a week, on Thursday evening, that is at this time period, and on Saturday mornings, that will be from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. We will also be having some extra SQL sessions, which you will come to know as we move forward. Okay. So then throughout the course, there will be two quizzes. Okay. Quiz one will be covering from the content from week 1 to week 4. And then we have quiz 2, which will be covering the content from week 1 to week 8, precisely from week 5 to week 8. Okay. Then there will also be an OPP exam. Oh, yeah, which will include some SQL questions, along with which there will be some one or two mandatory Python programming questions. So that was it. That was just the catch up of the like course. Okay, so now we'll move ahead with the course outline. So I hope you all have gone through the orientation session of the DBMS that is present in the portal. But still, as I mentioned, that we'll be catching up on the few things for those who have not gone through like the orientation session. So let us begin with the course outline. So in the first week, that is this week, basically consists of the overview and the introduction of DBMS. It will basically have what is DBMS, what is it used for. So basically the introduction. Okay, we will be learning in more details in the upcoming weeks. Then in week 2, we will be learning and practicing some basic SQL, which stands for structured query language. You'll also learn about it when the week 2 will be going on. So one thing that we want from all of you is that you all should have PostgreSQL installed before week 2 begins, so that while solving the assignments or to practice SQL, you like understand things in a much more proper way, right? So please do that. So if anybody you'll find the instructions for installing Postgre on the portal, that is under the resources from instructors tab. You'll find it there. Still, if you are having any problem or any doubt while installing, or any queries that come up while installing, you can ask in this session also. However, in the next session also, you can ask it up and like install Postgre on your local machines. Okay. Then in week 3, like we have learned about basic SQL in week 2, right? So we'll be learning about some advanced level SQL in week 3, which will include triggers, then some TCL commands and everything. So yeah, that will be covered in week 3. Okay. Then in week 4, like we will be learning about the relational algebra and the various types it has, along with the entity relationship model. So most of you might be aware of ER diagrams or ER modules. So all of those will be taught in week 4 in brief discussion, obviously. So then in week 5 and in week 6, we will be learning about a very important topic of DBMS, which is also a very important topic to be familiar with when going for some interviews, right? When giving some interviews. So, which is normalization and functional dependency. So, I hope all of you are aware that yes, normalization and functional dependency is a very important topic. So, that will be taught in depth in week 5 and week 6. Then in week 7, we'll be learning about application development. So, which will require all of you to know at least the basics of Python, right? You should know at least the basics of Python. So, and also because in the OPP exams also, there will be some Python programming questions, right, which will be mandatory. So it will be very helpful for you and for us also to be like to have for you guys to be familiar with Python. So if you are not very familiar, or if you don't have quite a knowledge of Python, we would recommend you to go through it before week 7 begins. Okay, it would be very helpful for you people. Okay. Then in week 8, we will be covering storage management and magnetic disk, basically the storage part of DBMS, right? In week 8. Then we'll move to week 9, where another very important topic of DBMS will be covered, which is indexing and hashing. So we will be learning about the different types of indexing and hashing and so on, right? In week 9. Then in week 10, transactions which will be taught, which is yet again another very important topic of DBMS. There in week 10, serializability, log-based protocols, and so on will be covered in week 10, right? Okay. Then in week 11, we will understand how we can back up and recover our data, or how we can protect our data from like certain tragedies or something like that. So that will be taught in week 11 in proper detail. Okay. The certain techniques that we need to use in order to back up and recover our data. Then finally, in week 12, we will be learning in brief about query optimization. So by now, if you all have gone through the lecture videos of week 1, like all the lecture videos of week 1, then in the module 5, in module 5, you might have gone through query processing, where you might have heard about query optimization, right? So that particular optimization will be taught in brief in week 12. Okay. So you'll understand how things work when the query is being optimized. So that was it about the outline of the course. So now I'll give some small details. So that is, okay, so Tilwani, Manan, Vasudev have raised his hand. Yeah, please go ahead.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
Hello. Yeah, good evening.
Ma'am, actually, I was downloading this PostgreSQL which you mentioned today in the
Yeah,
before, but
okay.
I was facing some issues in downloading that.
Okay,
Means
so you have gone through the resources that is provided,
I
right?
gone through that instruction PDF and
Okay,
also the live session which was showing the installation of PostgreSQL,
okay,
but
okay.
in that I was facing some issue. Uh, After downloading them. So I was not able to install it correctly. So
Oh, okay, so can you tell what was your problem? Yeah, Nishant will come to you next, okay? Okay, yeah, Telvani, you can
okay,
continue. What was your issue?
yeah. So ma'am, when I was downloading it, then in the video it was shown that for binary path you have to select some path and uh, paste it there. Means after the installation got completed, but I wasn't. I didn't get that path to copy it and paste it. It was shown in the video. Uh, that was
Uh,
my issue.
I'm Suvendu.
Yeah,
Hello.
yes, sir.
Yeah, so you have to basically go to this PC, then Windows C, then I think program files, then you can see PostgreSQL, Postgres. So,
Okay,
so in that you can paste the.
okay. But when we open that PG admin, in that some password is given to us. So
Yeah,
when we
yeah.
open that,
Uh,
uh, in that some binary path was shown to copy that path. Uh,
uh,
so I was unable to do that process.
so, so can you post in the Discord? So I will give
Okay,
detailed explanation.
okay, okay, sure. I
Yeah.
will do. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Telvani. Yeah, Nishant, you can go ahead.
Yeah, hi team. I had one issue regarding this PostgreSQL.
Okay.
In the document, the version shown was 10.18. However, on the website, it was given as 10.22. There was no 10.18 version available. Will that
So,
create a problem?
no, you can download 10.22. So you can download
Okay. And
latest 10 version.
that I've done. That I have done. I've installed it. I just needed to have your second opinion whether or not it will have any problem.
Yeah, no, there will be no.
And secondly, after installation, it asks for additional tools to be installed. Do we need to do that, or can we skip that?
Additional tool means like
Can you specify
The
what are the
last tool,
additional tools?
I've skipped the,
Yeah, you can skip.
the installation page, but I have I had been asked for additional tools to be installed, in which there was a list of add-on tools, which
Uh,
was not
uh,
mentioned in the document, so hence I had skipped that. But I just needed to cross-check whether or not any additional tools to be installed.
Nishan, you can
Yeah.
you can restore the databases FLIS and university, and please run some query like select restore from. If it is working, then fine. Please try
Okay.
to restore
And
databases whatever we provided, FLIS, LIS, and university database.
all right. And lastly, after the installation and it had asked for restart, once I restarted the system, my network is not getting connected properly. So it's running on the wired cable, but on the Wi-Fi it is not running properly. Is there any chance that the settings of Postgres might have affected that
I
network
think
settings
no,
also?
I think no, because I've also installed, but my both are working, LAN cable also and Wi-Fi.
Last semester also I had some issue that on the Wi-Fi, the online app, I mean app.online degree web page would not open. But when I connected it through the LAN cable, then it will open. Like right now also it is opening up, although I'm connected to the meeting through mobile and in front I have opened it. But through LAN it is opening, but through Wi-Fi it is not opening. So this problem has occurred since past one semester. Somehow I've been able to go through that. I have tried reinstalling and uninstalling and everything, but it is somehow not catching up. I
I
also
think
tried to remove the cache and
I think
uh,
might be some other
other.
issue
Okay.
because PostgreSQL does not affect the network.
Does not affect that. It should not
Yeah,
primarily, but I just thought that I'll just
yeah.
all right. If any other issues, I'll
You can post in the
request you.
discourse.
Sir, even if
Sure.
we use the Wi-Fi, it will not affect, right?
No, it's not affect.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Nishant. I hope your queries were answered. Okay, so just a few details that I'd want to catch up on is, so now, like as Nishant and Dilwani did, they raise their hands, right? So in the similar manner, like whenever you have some queries or some doubts in the live session, so what you can simply do is you can raise your hands, or you can put your queries on the chat box, or you can also unmute yourself and ask. These instructions are for the direct entry people. For the people who are not direct entry, they already are aware of it. So okay, we would obviously always try to like do our best to clear all your doubts and make your learning a tad easier. Also, say example, if you're a working professional or for some reason you couldn't attend the live session, then by now I guess you might have heard about discourse and you might have enrolled in discourse. If you haven't, then please do it. So on the discourse, you can put your queries and we'd respond to the query. So we request you to share it with us and we'll try to solve it. Like there might be people who know everything about DBMS, right? And then there might, on the other hand, there might be people who have just began learning about DBMS and are not quite aware of the basics. They have just started learning DBMS. So what we want or what we ask from these people is that whatever type of question you have, be it basic or be it like any level of question, please feel free to communicate with us, to contact with us. You can always contact with us via emails, on discourse, on live sessions, obviously. So you have a number of options also. So please feel free to like ask whatever doubts or queries you have, right? Okay, now Trinath have some yeah, you have raised your hand. Yeah, Trinath and Samit.
Hello,
Yeah.
ma'am. Am I audible?
Sorry?
Am I audible?
Yeah. Yes, Trinath, you're audible.
Yes, ma'am. So I'm using this Ubuntu system, ma'am, and I followed the instructions. But after following the instruction, I couldn't see any application in my menu, ma'am. So will there be an application installed, or it will be some kind of repository?
Uh, so actually, I'm downloading in my Windows. So you can see the Postgres
Actually,
documentation.
sir, may I?
Yeah.
Actually, I am also using Linux and I had followed the same command line. I think you had installed using terminal. That's why you are not able to see the like icons. I'm right?
Yes. I used it through terminal.
Yeah. See, when you will click on the link, there will be options of Linux and Windows and Mac. Just click on the Windows, then you will see the option. Let me check.
Okay, I will try that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
click on Windows option, and then on the top you will see that download the installer. Okay, click on the download the installer option, then you will you will get the link of Linux installer.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Aditya. Okay, next.
Actually, I missed the first part because I joined a little late. I just want to know in the OP exam, the programming assignment, what are the week that covered that OP exam?
Okay, in the OPP exam, there will be some SQL questions, SQL related questions. So SQL will be taught in week 2 and week 3. And then there will also be some mandatory Python programming questions. So that will be covered in week 7. So basically, from week 2, 3, and 7.
And for this 3 week, the corresponding means week we have the programming practice and grade assignment also.
Yeah, like every other week, you have practice and graded questions, assignments.
Specifically, the programming practice assignment I'm talking about.
Yeah, that will be Python DB connectivity question, week 7.
And also in week 2 and week 3 for SQL.
Yes, you can. There are week 2 and week 3, there will be some graded question.
Okay, so Samit, was it answered? Are your questions answered?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Samit. Okay, Vikram, yeah, you can go ahead.
Yeah, I had one question about these, the practice questions. So the resources from instructors, it also has one more, data or file, which is the SQL practice questions. Somewhere I read that these questions have to be answered before the graded assignment or something. So I just wanted to understand the flow here. So this is just for our own practice, or will this be solved in the live session, or how do we address these SQL practice questions?
So these are the SQL practice questions. These are the only practice questions you can solve. So this type of questions might be come in OPP. So that's why you have given these types of SQL practice questions in the beginning, so that you can practice and learn.
Okay. So no
Yeah, so
deadlines
that
for this,
is
and
so that is basically for the better practice of OPP, right? The SQL practice questions that you will be shared with. That will be shared with you, right?
okay. So they can be attempted after week 2 and 3 once we go through SQL completely. We
Yeah.
cover SQL.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Okay, so it's just that it's been released much earlier, so that we are aware of how it is.
Right. And you can start practicing also for OPP.
Before SQL has started. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Anybody else have any doubts? If you have, then yeah, again, you can raise your hands.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, hello.
Ma'am, the guy which just now said about this SQL practice question. So that questions are also for our self practice, or
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
I mean, if we have any doubt, we can ask it in the live sessions once
Yeah,
we
we
go
will.
through these
Yeah, we
or
will be having some extra SQL sessions. So
for
in
these
those
questions?
sessions, sorry,
Yeah, for these questions we will be having
right?
some.
Yeah, right. That's
Okay.
right.
Oh, okay.
So if you have any doubts or any queries regarding that, you can ask in those sessions, or on the discourse also you can ask.
Okay.
Okay, so Priyanshu, I hope you have been shared with a grading pattern document, right? In that particular document, the date of OPP exam will be shared with you. So please check that out. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Anyone? Any more doubts? Yeah. Yeah, Nachiket. Yeah.
Ma'am, where is the link and the information regarding the Postgres to download?
Okay. You're talking about the instructions for installing Postgre, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So on the portal, you can see a bar that says resources from instructors, right? Or resources, it says.
Yes, yes, I can see that.
Yeah. So under resources, you'll find it. You can find a PostgreSQL resources unit, right?
Yes, got it, got it, got it.
Yeah.
So, thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So
Excuse me,
anyone?
ma'am.
Yeah, Shrishti. Go ahead.
Ma'am, can we change our OPP slots, because we are getting 2 slots for OPP, and
Okay.
it will be clashing with my PDSA OPP slots. So can we have the option to choose in between the 2 slots, or it will be assigned to us?
It will be assigned to you actually.
Okay, so
Okay, yes.
if it clashes with my PDSA OPP, then what I can do?
I think you can choose the slot. So
I
you
think
can,
it won't clash because the timing is different.
timing
So,
is different.
Yeah, timing is different. Yes. Okay, thank you.
If you have any doubt, operational, you can put on the discourse. Okay.
Okay,
Post
so thank you, Shrishti. Okay, any more questions? Yeah, so Kumar, like concept session, you mean by concept session, you mean that regarding week 1, right? Okay, so in today's session, we'll be covering basically the overview or just the basics. We won't be going that much in depth, but we will be discussing about week 1. So if you have any doubts, then you can ask. So at first, okay, Kumar will get back to you. So, okay, tell me, Kumar, you have queries regarding the assignment questions, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so you have you have the questions regarding the content, right, of week 1. Okay, so you can ask, yeah. Go ahead.
Hello, Anjana. I think he is asking about whether we are going to discuss about the concept or not in this particular live session. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so Kumar, we will be discussing some of the theory and some of the concept of week 1. In brief, we will be discussing on Saturday. Like, if you have gone through the lectures, you might have checked out level of abstractions, query processing, and all. So we'll be covering those up on Saturday session. So, yeah. Okay. Okay, Kumar.
And
So,
it's a
right.
morning session, right? Saturday.
Yeah, right. That's a morning session from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Okay. So now, okay, any other person have any doubt or any query? Or shall we move ahead? Yeah, Ashish, yeah.
Hi, ma'am. I'm audible?
Yes, you are audible.
I just want to clear it. Like you are saying, week 2 and week 3 are based on SQL.
Right.
And suppose and we in quiz 1 we are having week 1 to 4. So
Right.
these quiz questions, these second and third week of SQL will be all theory based questions.
No. They will be practice based. There will also be certain small theories, but not so much in depth. There will be basically practice questions only, practical type of questions only, not theory based.
I mean to say, ma'am, in suppose we are on centers we are going, and
Right.
those those questions means it will be some looking like practice, and then we have to answer those questions.
Yeah, in pen and paper, you can solve those questions. Don't worry.
It will be like that only.
You can solve in the pen and paper.
Okay.
Like it was that in Python, there was some code given and we have to follow what was given. Something like that will be in DBMS also, or will it be something different?
So in DBMS, there will be Python DB connectivity question. How to connect between database and Python? So there will be Python DB connection.
I mean to say, we mean to say, because there are two exams for this. Like one is the quiz questions, and one we can say is the programming exam.
Yeah, OPP.
So in apart from OPP, I'm talking about the only quiz part. Will quiz part will have such questions, or it is something like that? There is some program, and just we have to answer based on that.
So in quiz paper, there will be some like it will be conceptual question, and you can solve in the pen and paper. Don't worry.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Ashish. Okay, yeah, Rahul, you can go ahead.
I'm not asking straight away. So it could be something like, there's a question that says, we need to find out something from a database. We need a certain number of students who have certain number of marks or something, and there'll be a query and we need to fill in some of it, something related, something of that sort. Is it?
Yeah. So see, you will learn about it. We can do week 2 and week 3 in detail. So don't worry.
Okay. And the Python connectivity is also covered over there, right?
Yeah. So you can, if you solve the graded question and practice question, it will be easy for you.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Rahul. Okay, Aviral, yeah, you can go ahead.
I just wanted
Aviral, can you repeat? Your voice is not clear.
Yeah. Is it okay right now?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. So I just wanted to know about the bonus marks criteria. Like, what do I have to do for the bonus marks?
I think you have given. So you can you put on the discourse? I will answer in the bonus marks.
In discourse?
Yeah, can you post in?
Yeah, I will.
Okay, what we mean is that you can put this query on discourse and we'll try to answer there. Is that okay, Aviral? Okay. Anybody else? Any doubt? Yeah, Nishant, yeah.
Ma'am, my query was that for using PostgreSQL, will there be separate classes or separate lectures, or because in the recorded lecture the
You're
details are
talking about the
mentioned,
sessions, right? Live sessions, right?
live sessions will be the only place where we can learn about how to use that. Because I mean, today I have been able to join, but I'm not able to. I won't be able to join the morning sessions because of my other commitments to my work.
Okay. So the morning sessions will be on Saturday only. The evening sessions will be on Thursday. So you won't be able to attend the Saturday sessions, is it?
Yeah, it's Saturday because of the morning time. I might not be able to attend because I have office in that hours.
Okay. So our live sessions are getting streamed on YouTube. So you can always head by whenever you have the time to watch the YouTube sessions, you can do that.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
That will be helpful.
So, but
right?
just to look forward to it, like those will be the ones through which we can learn how to use Postgres, right?
Right. Yeah.
SQL.
Yeah. Even by practicing, like there will be certain practice and graded and activity questions. There will be enough
Those two
questions
I'm
for you
attending.
to
Those two I'm
practice.
attending.
Yeah.
But I was hoping that because pre-recorded lectures have the theory sections, but the professor also asks us to further study it in detail.
Right.
So that will need, I think, certain more
Yeah.
time.
So if you're not able to like attend the live sessions and then you have some queries even after looking at the like live sessions that are
video,
being
then I can
streamed on
definitely,
YouTube. Yeah, then you can put the
then I'll
queries on
definitely post
Discourse.
them. Yes, that
Or
I'll
on
do.
the next session also you can ask that up whenever you are able to join.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Puneet, okay, we'll check that. Okay.
Actually, in every week there is 2 sessions, right?
Right, that's right.
Yeah. And both the session, is there any segregation key? For one session we will discuss everything and another session we will do some problem or programming like that? Or
No, look, if you have any doubts regarding anything, you can ask in any of the sessions. Right? There might be sessions where we will be discussing about certain topics, certain concepts. So if you have any doubts in those particular concept or topic, or if you have any doubts regarding the assignment questions, so you can ask in any of the sessions. That is not an issue.
And for the programming part, do you take any additional session or you will
No,
cover
for
within?
no, we won't be taking any extra session for the Python programming.
Not Python, I am SQL. I am talking.
Yeah, for SQL, yes, we will be taking certain extra like sessions for SQL practice only.
Yeah, I am talking about SQL only.
Yeah. There will be 2 or 3 extra sessions for SQL practice.
That is in addition to twice a week.
No.
Within that.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. In addition to twice a week, sorry.
Anjana, yeah, there is 2 additional SQL practice session before the OPP exam, right?
Oh, before the OPP. So
Yes.
actually in say week 2 and week 3, when we are actually having some programming assignment, to clearing the doubt, if we have some programming session, exclusive programming session.
No, there is 2 type of question. One is the programming question, that is the Python database connectivity.
Pradeep, I guess he is talking about the SQL questions only, right, Samit?
Yeah, I'm talking about only SQL.
Yeah, so if you have any doubts or any like queries, as I mentioned, you can ask it in the live session only, right?
Ma'am, let me give one suggestion, ma'am. We are more concerned about the OPP exam, okay? So what we are, I think he also requesting, if we can have an extra class, okay, solving the SQL issues, okay, questions the type of questions we used to get in OPP exam, right? So you can take some previous year OPP exam sample questions related to SQL. So if we try to solve them, right, so we will be more familiar actually.
Okay, so in the sessions, what we will be doing is we will be discussing about the questions only in the sessions, in the live sessions.
Ma'am, but what we discuss at your live session and what we get in the OPP exam is sometimes very different.
Yeah, for the OPP exams, as we mentioned, we will be having other 2 sessions, right, before the OPP exams.
But ma'am, we totally understand this thing. This is the additional session will be there. But if you also take some similar questions, okay, close to that thing, so that will be make us more familiar with the main exam.
Yeah, sure. If you feel the need after like week 2 and week 3 is covered, after the sessions are done, if you still feel that we want to start 1-2 more extra sessions, then we'll do that. You can just let us know. Is that fine?
Yes, ma'am. I just request you can start right away, like whenever you are ready. We are fine. We want that only because we have seen the situation like what we learn in live session is quite different what we get in OPP session, ma'am. So we are the victims of that thing. So just taking a precaution. So if you just prepare us in that direction, so that will be very helpful for all of us. I think so. That's my suggestion. All rest up to you, ma'am.
Yes, sure, Hari. Thank you
I
so
think,
much
ma'am,
for the
he's talking
suggestion.
about the difference in the level. I think that's what he's talking about.
Okay. Okay.
And one more thing, just I want to point it out. If you conduct any programming session apart from these 2 days, weekly 2 days, then please arrange those class after 7. Then it will be easy, because in programming discussion, I don't want to miss that. So if it is after 7, then I am 100% sure I will be attending that. Because a YouTube session helpful, but particularly for this programming session, I need to clarify the specific doubt I have, which sometimes take lot of time, a lot of writing through discourse.
Okay, Samit will discuss among our team and will update. Okay, is that fine? We'll take your suggestion for sure.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, your suggestions will be taken for sure.
Ma'am, one thing, I was trying to install that the system. So I can see multiple options are there, like Postgre 14.0 and other option also like 10.11 point something. So which one should I download, ma'am? Is it recommended? Which one is recommended for me?
10.22.
Can't we download 14 point something?
You can download, but actually all the assignments are tested in Postgres 10 version. So that's why we recommended 10.
But 14 also will be backward compatible, right? So I think so.
Yeah,
That
14
should
will
be
be
supported.
also fine. Yeah, it will be also.
Okay, because actually I just download the 14 one. I'm not sure like how to do this thing. So yeah, I download the 14 this thing only.
Okay.
Right.
If you have downloaded 14, that's fine.
I think it's all clear in the document that you have to download the 10.
Hello, Aditya, we lost you.
Yes, ma'am. I think it's all clear in the document that we have to download version 10.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Okay, so Hari, did it help? Was your question answered?
Yeah, I will check with 14.0, ma'am.
Yeah.
I like to go with latest one. So if it doesn't work, I'll go for 10.0, ma'am. That's what.
Yeah, sure.
But I really request, like, if you guys once you're teaching SQL, so we are very much new to that thing. So I think start with
some extra sessions.
Yeah, kind of thing, ma'am. So
yeah, sure. Hari, as I mentioned, we'll take your suggestion for sure. We'll discuss it among our team and we'll like update you for that.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, Nishant. Yeah.
Sorry to bother again.
No issues.
Just
Please go ahead.
need to know about how much help would the book give us in understanding, for specifically if I'm a new person to SQL and the DBS. The database system concepts, the recommended textbook. How much of a help will it be, and how much time should I, or rather say, how much time should I dedicate to that for improving on my concepts? In your opinion?
See, first watch the video. If you have any problem, you can read the book, Database System Concept, written by Korth. So if you have any, if you want to clarify that out, you can read the ones a database system concept written by Korth. If you have any conceptually doubt.
So you mean to say the majority of the concepts will be covered within the videos itself, and should be able to
maximum concept will be covered in the video. If you have any doubt, you can ask in the live session, or you can.
If at all we want to go ahead and prepare the subject better, so your recommendation would be have more stress on the live sessions or more stress on the textbook, because looking into the fact that I'll have either of the two possibilities due to the other schedule, rest of my schedule.
So Nishant,
if I had to choose one of the two, which one should I opt for, the live sessions or the textbook?
Okay, so Nishant, look, You can, if you have the like advantage of using both, then like look, in live sessions we will be basically covering the content that is given, the content that is shared with you from the like course, right? However, in the book you will be getting some extra knowledge, some extra information. Are you getting my point?
Some more details and all that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
right.
can understand that. That's why I was a bit confused. See, the why I asked that question, that which one should I stress upon? Because in during the live sessions, many a times the things that are clear, that might appear clear to me,
Yeah.
and some new query might be raised by one or the other peers of ours, that
Okay.
might enlighten us in looking the thing and from a new perception.
Right.
I've gone through that in the previous terms also, that the things which I was thinking that yes, I've understood it, but when someone else raised the question, then I thought to myself that that's another perception of looking at it. So things like that happen. So I was hoping that live sessions will cover that also. But if only the same content is gonna get revised and all, then probably. So out of the Thursday and the Saturday, which one would be dedicated to solving the queries, or the practicing ones?
On both the
The
sessions.
Q&A. In both
On
the
both the
sessions, both will
sessions.
be there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Nish.
Hello. Hello. Am I audible, right?
Yes, Pradeep, you're audible.
Yeah. I want to give an answer to the Nissan. So Nissan, please first watch the video lecture, then read out the slide. If you have any concept that you're unable to understand, please refer the book. Then only refer the book. It is whatever question in the quiz and everything you get from the slide and the video lecture. Like that is enough for you. If you're unable to understand, then only go for the reference.
So just a follow-up question to this topic only, what Nishant has asked and you are also explaining. Any specific book for SQL, like that is a comprehensive book on database management system which has been recommended. But apart from that book, any specific book only for SQL?
So SQL, you means database management, DBMS, right?
Yeah, DBMS. That the book recommended is a comprehensive one, and that covers all aspects of database management system, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm asking only specific for SQL, structured query language. Do we need to refer, or the video
no, that is not required. So
okay, that is not needed.
That is a small part of the whole database management, right?
Okay, so
that is only in week 2 and week 3. Right?
Okay, so that will be taken care. That will be taken care.
That is a SQL is a small part of this course, only 2 and 3.
Okay, so that will be taken care, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Ganga Prasad. So next, yeah, Anirban. Okay, Pratibha, just a minute. Anirban,
yeah,
please.
sure.
Anirban, you have any question?
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, yes, you are audible.
Yeah, I have a question, but I'm audible, right? So, first, I would like to say that the session timings, of 9 a.m. and I'm 16 basically to work from. I have a job and it could be very difficult. So chances are that I'll be listening. I'll have to follow up on YouTube sessions only. And like what my friend Sami said, if you're having programming sessions, please make them after 7 or 7:30 p.m. That would be so nice. Because definitely would not want to follow up on the programming sessions on YouTube. Would definitely want to be there in person and would like to do that. So that's one suggestion. Secondly, is that regarding
Anirban, I'm sorry to interrupt, but your voice is not clear. Can you speak a little louder?
Yeah, I write it in chat. I write it out in chat.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you can do it. Okay, Pratibha, yeah.
Hi, ma'am. My question is that this part of PostgreSQL resources unit, is this something you're expected to come prepared with for the Saturday sessions? Or how does it work? Because the content in week 1 seems very theoretical. Sorry, I have no background in the area at all. I'm very new, so I'm having a tough time figuring it out.
No issues. So, yeah.
Same here, ma'am.
Sorry for
because
interrupting.
the week 1 content is very theoretical and it's looking very heavy right now. And this looks like you're taking a dive into the actual practical aspect of what is being done. So my first question is, can we actually be able to understand the practical sessions that are going on if we have no background at all? And should we come prepared in some manner for this session?
Prepared as in like there are these lecture videos provided to you, right? Then there are these assignments provided to you. So like we'd expect like for you to at least watch like for the first session, that is on Thursday. Every Thursdays we'll have these sessions, right? So by Thursday at least we'll expect from you to be prepared, at least you to have watched at least the first 3 videos, right? So that you get a hint of like what we are teaching in the session, right? And if you have any doubt in those 3 lecture videos, you can always feel free to ask us on the session, right? If you have not gone through the 3 lecture videos, or if you have not gone through the lecture videos, how will you understand what are we teaching in the session, right?
Actually, my question was, I found like there's a small difference between what is covered in the theoretical aspect in week 1.
Yeah.
And what is actually there in the, I mean, right now, I think the resource from instructors is giving us some installation guidelines and all that.
Yeah.
But apart from that,
hello, Anjana, yeah, Pratibha, don't be confused. We are discussing for the next week, for the upcoming week, that is the week 2 and the week 3. We just wanted you to install and please familiar with the interface. Just we are not going
so
to
that
discuss,
you are able to solve the assignment questions, or you get the hint of it.
We are not going to discuss on the upcoming Saturday also about the SQL.
If you have any doubts on the Postgre installation,
so we'll actually be taught how to work on it, and then you will start the sessions, live sessions. Like there'll be some videos which will actually tell us how to work on the platform, and then you'll start the live sessions on it.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Ma'am, one question here. So during the writing SQL and like maybe the solving the problem using SQL, so will you be teaching us like the SQL tuning kind of practices kind of thing?
SQL tuning. I'm
I
sorry,
mean,
I didn't.
Yeah, SQL performance, the SQL tuning, like performance resolving queries. Like how, yeah.
A query optimization you will learn in week 12. So we'll basically see how to write the SQL query. So in query optimization, we learn in week 12.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
And Hari, that is only theory part. We will learn only the theory part or the concept part of the optimization, how we find the cost, that only. We are not going to cover SQL tuning.
Okay, only theory part will be given.
Yeah, only theory.
Okay, but how that will help actually, unless we do the real-time tuning, and because we are newbie to writing SQL, so we may end up writing bad SQL, which may take time, a lot of time while running on server. So okay, anyway, we'll see. We can improve.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pratibha. Priyanshu, sorry. Priyanshu, yes. Please ask.
Ma'am, while installing Postgre, that SQL, that as software, there at some point it is telling that please select the port number the server should listen to. So what should I do there?
There should be some default port number, right?
Yes, it is written 5432.
Yeah, that's right. Then don't return. Just keep it 5432.
Okay, thank you, sir.
We can go on next, right? The port number which is default, you can click on next. We don't have to change, right? Port number.
Yeah, we don't have to change. You have to just click the next.
Thank you, sir. It started installing.
Okay. Thank you, Priyanshu. Yeah, Pratibha, you had some question.
No, ma'am. I just spoke.
Ma'am, I just started the installation of this thing. So right now it is asking me to select it's a stick builder open actually. So asking me to select particular application. So there are a couple of options are there like the add-on, web development and all. So which one should I select? I mean database server, database tools kind of things are there. So should I choose? Yeah.
You can see in the PDF there we have given PDF.
It is not there.
It is not.
It is not there. It is not there. Probably I'm installing 14.0, so it may not be there.
Oh, okay. Okay. Can you post in the Discord so that I'm not visual what are the things, so it will be better to.
Okay. But probably this is asking for maybe the tools I want to install with the software. So maybe
You can may skip.
I'll put them. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Hari. Anybody else? Any doubts? Anybody? Yeah, Anirban, we'll take your suggestion. We'll try to do that. We'll try to have the programming session for OPP like after 7:30. We'll try to do that. We'll update you on that.
Ma'am, one more question. Do we have the stored procedure triggers also in the syllabus?
Yes, we have. Yes, that's right. We have triggers and storage function and storage procedures in week 3, where we'll be learning about advanced SQL, right?
Okay. So and the SQL procedure kind of things are there. Something I don't know.
Right.
Again, Hari, again, that is we cover only the theory part, not the practical.
But how stored procedure? How can you cover theory part? I think you have to
Theory,
write something. Right?
means just we give introduce you how to write the function and how to write the procedure.
So I hope it won't be part of the OPP, right? So it should not be asking OPP then, right? Yeah. It's not there, right?
No, it's not there in the OPP.
It's not.
You don't need to worry about it.
Then it's fine. Then it's fine.
What, ma'am?
Sorry?
Yes, Assam.
What is not in OPP?
The triggers and the storage procedures that are that belong from the advanced SQL basically. So those topics will not be covered in the SQL practice. Sorry, the OPP exam.
That is an advanced SQL.
Yeah, that's right. Triggers and all is an advanced SQL. Okay. Anybody else? Any doubt? Anyone?
Ma'am, like we can write SQL in VS Code, or we have to write in Postgres.
If you do it on Postgre, it will be better because when we'll be taking sessions, we'll be showing you or we'll be discussing regarding questions on PostgreSQL only. So you can use PostgreSQL. That would be better. It would help in practice also.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Aditya. Okay. Anybody else? Any doubts? Anybody? Video lecture suggestion. Okay, so Nikhil, it would be better if you also go through it yourself also, maybe somewhere on the web, or you have the book that we have suggested, that is the Koth book. So yeah, for better learning, we'd request you not just to be dependent on the video lectures, but also learn about it from the book or from the web as well. Okay. So yeah, okay. So anybody else? Any questions? Okay, so if there are no questions, then we'll move ahead. So now what we will do is we'll take a PeerDeck session. So what happens in a PeerDeck session is we'll be sharing with you a link. You'll have to join in that link using your IITM mail ID only. Okay, and there we will be asking some questions, and on the right hand side there will be a text box that will be provided to you, and you'll have to answer according to the question. Whatever you think or whatever comes up first on your head, you'll have to answer it accordingly. So, okay, there is a question. PDF version of the book is available. Yes, Sunita, it is available. Yeah, Nishant?
About the course, where we click there only, there is a PDF one version.
Sorry? Yeah, Talwani, what you said?
Yeah, I was saying that when we click on the about the course, there are some prescribed books are being recommended. In that we can find that PDF one, PDF for the book.
Okay, just a minute. Yeah, you can find the PDF of that book there also. But the code book is available online.
Okay.
Do we really require books to pass the exams, ma'am?
If you go through it, you'll have a better knowledge. Like you'll know the core of everything. You'll understand what is happening, why it is happening. Also, we have live sessions, so we'd recommend you going through both the book as well as the live sessions.
So we need to buy, or like only PDF is I think
PDF is available. You don't need to buy it.
it's difficult, ma'am. I have 4 subjects, so I'm not sure how much time we can spend on reading books actually.
Okay, if
Because we can,
you can't read the entire book,
I can choose only like 2 options. Okay, either like the videos or maybe the books.
yeah, okay.
More
So
time.
what you can do is, if you have any, as Pradeep said, that go through the lecture videos, go through the slides. After that, if you're not able to understand something, then open up your book and try to understand those things. If still it is not clear, then obviously we are always here. You can ask those questions on the live session. So like you can also like refer to the book when you are not able to understand something. Maybe the book might help a little. Hari, is that?
Yeah. I'll see this thing, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Hari.
Ma'am, there's a link called DB book. Is that the one that you're mentioning on the course page?
Yeah.
Yes,
It
that
is the
is
one,
the
right? Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, Sunita, thank you. Okay, anybody else? Or shall we begin with the PeerDeck session?
Ma'am, 6th edition will work, or do we need to have 7th edition of the
Yeah,
book?
6th edition will work, Talwani. If you
Okay.
have 7th edition, that is also okay. If you have 6th edition, that will also work.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Nishant.
We are following 6th edition, so 6th edition would be better.
Okay,
Can
yes.
PeerDeck session can the PeerDeck session be joined from mobile, or do we need to log in from laptop?
Yeah, you can join in from mobile also. Like we'll share the link. You can join in from mobile also.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I'll share the link then. Just a minute. Okay, again, Ayush, you have some question?
Yes, ma'am. I am installing the PostgreSQL right now.
Okay.
In the instruction phase, at the end, it is written to connect to data server, watch tutorial 2.3. So, ma'am, where is that tutorial?
Tutorial, is it?
Yes, ma'am. It's written.
While you're installing.
That tutorial, I think yet not released. That tutorial yet not released.
Yes, it is. If it is given the 2 point, it means it will be released on week 2 content with week 2 content. Upcoming Saturday.
Okay, sir, I got it.
Yeah.
I thought it has something to do right now. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ayush. Okay, Priyanshu.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, after that installing, it is telling to install Stack Builder.
So in the PDF, you can see we have given all the instructions.
It's not. I can't find it properly actually.
I think see, I have done this thing. You just click on that arrow button, okay, in front of them. Okay. Suppose you want to add on some tools that may be required for your writing SQL. Okay. So you can choose whatever tools you want. Just double click on that thing. It will select. Okay. Then click next. So it will again.
How can I know which one I need?
I think I choose all of them. So I'm not sure which one is required. So yeah, tools you can go, database drivers you can install, okay, and database servers you can install because you might need to interact with some server kind of programming you can do. Also, I think there are a couple of things. Yeah, web application. Okay, so you can use that this thing for web. I think that is not required for now, so you can skip that part. Okay, remaining basic tools you can install, and you can next forward. Then it will install separately for each and every tool. Okay, so it might take time.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hari. Thank you, Priyanshu. Yeah. Okay. So we'll begin the PeerDeck session. I hope all of you have open up the link that I shared.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'd request you to join the link. So we'll wait. I hope
Hello,
my
ma'am.
screen is visible. Okay.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
Yeah, hello. Good evening.
Ma'am, can you share that link again? For some
Yeah,
reason,
okay.
I'm not seeing that in my chat box.
Okay, I'll share it again. Yeah, can you see it now?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll wait for some time for all of you to join. Please answer whatever you think it is or whatever you feel would be the correct answer.
First question is what is data, right?
Okay, we have not yet started the class, but if you're getting the text box on the right hand side, then you can start answering.
Okay.
Okay, so we have 50 students. All of you can join. Until then, we can start the class. So the first question is, what is data? Okay, looks like 29 of you have answered. So we'll wait for some time for all of you to answer.
Ma'am, how to submit the answer? Because I'm not able to submit.
Like when you write down on the text box, you can press enter, right? After that.
No, it's not. Nothing is happening. Only my cursor is coming down.
Just type.
You don't have to submit.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
type.
It's already submitted.
Auto save.
Yeah.
So I don't have to do anything. Just type. That's it, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, okay.
So we have 48 responses out of 62. So we'll wait for a few more minutes. Okay, so we have 54 responses. So I guess we can go through the responses. Okay. Package of information. Okay. Right. Okay. Anything that needs to reach any type of information. Okay. So I can see that the term information has been used quite a lot. Okay. Okay. Let me information. Okay. Data is information. Okay. Okay. So as you can see that most of the answers consist of this term saying information, right? Now what I would want all of you to answer is, what is the difference between data and information? Like if data is information or data is a collection of information or a type of information, then what is the difference between data and information? Can anybody answer?
Ma'am, I think
Yes, ma'am.
data could be a raw data that there could be no information without organizing or like analyzing that thing. But information that it is information.
So, ma'am, data, after
Information is
massaging data,
taken
you
out
can
of
get
the
the
data.
information actually.
Sorry? Yeah,
Process
please go ahead.
Information must be taken out of the data.
Okay.
Ma'am, data is basically
Yeah, one by
bits,
one.
Subset
bits
of
or bytes stored
Take
on
it
the
by
computer
the
memory.
Information
data
is
is a
a
raw
subset
form.
of
Okay,
data.
okay. Just a minute. You can go one by one. Like we are not able to understand.
When we
Ma'am,
get
like
some insight
that
from data, then it becomes information.
Okay.
Can
Okay.
we
data is a raw form, like data is unorganized, but by implementing data in the right way, we get information.
Right. That's right. Okay.
Ma'am,
Next.
we
Yeah.
can say that
Yeah.
information is a subset of data.
Information is a subset of data. Okay.
Ma'am, according to me,
Data
data
and
should be
information.
worked upon to create information out of it.
Yes, that's right. Okay. Next. Anybody? Any other type of answer if you have?
Ma'am, data is a fact, and information can be opinion also.
Okay. Yeah.
Ma'am,
Okay.
data can be any discrete value. It doesn't have to represent something or be informative. But
Right.
information is something that that is very useful for some like outcome or something.
Right. Exactly.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, data can be a useful information like what it states the facts of the problem, whereas information we can say that it is a something which we obtain through certain sources, um, which will help us to build a great well-defined data.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, can anybody give me an example of difference between data and information? An example, not the definition.
Chart, graph is information, and what is going inside that is data.
Ma'am, data is either in the form of text, image, or audio.
Okay.
Ma'am, like what I think is like a data, if we are given number from 1 to 10 in any random order, it is
Okay.
data. But
Okay.
when we put it in the sequence size like 1, 2, 3, 4, then it is information.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
Ma'am, I think if you put any number, but we don't define like what is it?
Data.
It is a mobile number or it is height or weight. If we
Yeah.
like don't put any label to it, it's a data, and if we
Right.
put label, it's a kind of information.
Exactly. That's right. Okay. Anybody? Any more examples of difference between data and information? Okay. Okay. So I guess you all are clear about what is data. Okay, so the next question is, what is database? So we'll wait for some time for all of you to respond. Okay, only 39, okay, 40 responses yet. Please go ahead and answer. Like we'll be discussing as we did. Okay. Okay. We'll go ahead with the responses. So database is where a place where data and information is kept in organized order. Okay. Okay. So I can see most of you are aware of what is a database. So could anybody give me an example of database or a software of database or anything? A very easy question. Anybody?
Like
Google
a library management system.
Is that a software or an application?
Ma'am, Google Sheet.
Telephone directory is also a database.
Sorry?
Ma'am, Oracle
Telephone
DB,
directory is also
Yeah,
a database.
right. Yes. Oracle is one.
Microsoft SQL Server, ma'am.
Yeah, SQL Server is one.
Ma'am,
SAP.
MongoDB.
Sorry? MongoDB. Yeah. Okay.
MongoDB.
Then what is the formal definition of database, ma'am?
Formal definition of database would be like if you have learned in books or something, it says it is a collection of data that contains information that is relevant to a particular enterprise. So like
Okay, so it is collection of data, right?
Yeah, it is a collection of
Okay,
data.
so I had also done that. Okay, thank you.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, can we say that the file manager in our systems is also a kind of database?
Let's see. File manager.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello. Yes. Hello. Am I audible?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Like see databases management system like see PostgreSQL or Oracle DBs, but file management system is like a file where you can manage with Python files or like anything. I think we can file management system.
Sir, is there a mobile also a database?
Like a spreadsheet. These are, I think, the file management.
Yeah, these are the files.
Okay.
The mobile
Am
is
I
an
audible,
example of
right?
database?
I want to add something.
Yeah, Pradeep, you're audible.
Yeah. So let me give the formal definition of the database first. Then I will explain whatever your doubt. So first, the formal definition of the database is a collection of interrelated data. That is must, interrelated data. So what is the example of the database? So someone say library management system. So that is the one management system, that is not database. If you say library, that is the database. So because the library store all the information of book, who are the member of the information related, whatever's the data related to library, right? That is stored. You can say also IRCTC data database. Also, you can say university database, because it only store the data related to university, right? Department name and the faculty, student, and right. Am I making any sense?
Yes, yes, I
Yeah.
understood. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. And someone say the SQL or MySQL, that is the database management system, right? These are the software used to manage the database, this database. Okay. And someone is saying the file, whether file is a database or not, because the every DBMS underline we are using the file system, but in a particular database management system we store many database, right? So we already that thing stored in the file only, right? So you cannot say the file is a database.
So mobile phones are a form of a database.
Mobile phone.
Because
So,
mobile phone contain several information.
Several information, that is not the definition.
No,
No,
I don't
not-
think so. I think that is a storage here. The mobile
Yeah,
phone,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
That is a storage. Database is different thing. Database like it's the information actually. So you want to store something.
Yeah.
You can say, so the mobile actually is nothing but like the desktop, your laptop, okay? In laptop, what you have, I mean your Windows operating system, they have the file, that is a file storage system. So mobile storage also is a file storage system. So you store the file. Okay.
Yeah.
So that is a different thing. Okay. So that is a file storage system. Your operating system, that is also file storage system. What is database? Suppose you are Oracle. Okay. So like he mentioned about that student university data. Okay. So you want to store the information of the university data. Okay. Students. What you'll do? There won't be any file site. There will be records. Okay. The student ID number, their name, their phone number, email ID will be there, right? So that thing we store in a table. Okay, so where do we store the table? In the database. Okay, so this is a kind of the database will help you to store the relational information, relative information. That's how you can store it.
Pradeep sir, like
yeah. Anjana, can you stop for a moment? So I think many of you have a doubt regarding this. Yeah,
So this may I ask now?
Yeah, you can ask.
Yeah, so like we also come across some systems like SAP and also whether SAP is a database or it's a database management system.
Okay, let me find this thing. I think you have a confusion regarding what is database, and one is the database management system. Right.
And you can also write like SAP and all.
System. Okay, right. So let me define this thing. What is, everyone got what is data, right? Data is any raw fact, right? That we can process further.
Yes.
Yeah. And what is the database? Database is the intercollection of interrelated data. That is very important, interrelated data. We cannot store in a database like banking data or IRCTC data. We do not put like this in a database, right? In a database, we completely store the information of only related data, like the university. So you can take database, you can say university is a database. Right.
So telephone directly will also be a database.
Yeah. That whatever the database you storing the data, that is database, right? how you managing that things is a common the database management system, right? Suppose you are using MySQL, right? Is it clear? And someone says the SQL server, right?
Not SQL, sir. SAP, I said. I said SAP.
Yeah, if that is manage the data database or the data, then you can say that is the management database management system. I'm not aware about what you are. So
Okay, sir.
you got these things. What is the difference between these two things?
Yes, sir. What is the meaning of interrelated data, sir?
Interrelated data means the data are related to each other. Means university data. So if I gives the university, so what in university, what are the information you want to keep? That is the faculty record.
Students.
Yeah. Student.
Library detail.
Yeah. Also, you can say the library detail. And also
departments.
Departments. Right. These are the information. So these things you store interrelated data. If I saying that things if you store the IRCTC here, we do not put like this, right? Because the IRCTC data is not related to the university data. So simple, you can give an example of the IITM BSc degree, right? It has all the student data, instructor data, and the faculty data, right? All the related data. So one, you can say IIT BSc degree has one database. That is one. Is it
And
clear?
I think also like in the database, every data should have like a unique value, like for a private key.
That is different thing. Yeah. So you get what is the database. Database is a simple collection of the interrelated data. That is. So you can say IITM. So one database, IITM has one database, right? So which store all the information of the IITM. You got it? Suppose
Yes,
the
got it,
SBI Bank, SBI Bank have all the information about the customer and the employee and whatever the transaction happened in every day. IRCTC, right? So these are the database. And how they manage this data using MySQL, or you can say PostgreSQL, right?
So this
PostgreSQL.
relation, this interrelated data, this relation can be direct or indirect. Both is possible.
Yeah. Interrelated means related data, just related data.
I am saying this relation can be direct or indirect. Suppose in the university data, if I want to keep this, say, Aadhaar number, is it a related information? But
yeah. If university required that data, then you can say that is the. So you want to, if you want to store that data in the university database, then you can say so that is the university database command. So suppose student, this is the student. If you want to store the other number here, other number, then name, right? Name and the date of birth, right? This way we store the information, right? The faculty name and the salary.
That means it depends how I define my enterprise, right?
Yeah, that is.
Okay.
Pradeep sir, can we say data warehouse or data lake as database?
Yes, if I data warehouse is the different things. In the data warehouse, we simply store the data, right? We're not managing from. So we using some management software. If we are using on the top of it so in the top of it, I think we are using some data management software like this one. So data warehouse means simply we store the data.
Sir,
And data lake,
Data lake, I have no knowledge about that. So you can find out. So
Sir,
my
but
basic point is
data lake is a storage here. This is we use in the Azure development or anything. Okay, the cloud computing. So that can store anything. Okay, it can store the files also, images also, many things. So it's a combined. It's a factory. You can put everything over there. It's you cannot say that thing as a only database. Okay, that's a storage unit. Okay, so you can store data also. You can put images, audio, video, those things. That is we use for the cloud computing actually that thing, data lakes.
Pradeep sir, then in database also we are storing data, interrelated data, and in data warehouse also we are storing data. So what is the difference in both these two?
So this is a one concept, right? So where we store this particular database, university database, this is a one concept, right? You have to store that in so physically, right? Somewhere you put that things, right? Store, you have to store physically, right? So where you store that data? In your laptop, server, your laptop. That is, you store that things in the physically, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So what I understood is database is collection of interrelated data, and database management system is place where our database is kept.
No. So where you kept and how you so okay, let me define against the database management system. So database management system has the storage facility, and it has the also some application or you can say short program. It has the program to store that data, and also you can how to retrieve that data. So this facility is given by this data management system. Suppose you can say simple the MySQL data or the Postgre. So Postgre in the database, you can create the university database. So it gives facility to you create the database, insert the data into the database easily, right? You can update the data, right? And you can delete also. So this is the facility given by, so kind of you manage that data. So that is the work of the data management system. And these are the example of that. Right. Yeah. This is the simple your database, and these are the manager. So data management is, you can think about the software to manage for this database. Right.
Yeah. Understood, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Am I clear?
These are the languages that we will build to make the management system, right? So can we call these languages as the management system?
I'm not got. Can you repeat?
I'm just saying that as per I think that the management system should be a software that we have built upon these languages and not the language itself.
I'm not defined any language here. So these are the software itself.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, thank you. I think it is clear to everyone. So Anjana, you can.
Sir, as you have written this, hello.
Yes.
So can you go back to that your whiteboard?
Yes.
Yeah, in PostgreSQL, you have written 4 functions: create, insert, update, delete. The query is also the part of database management.
Yes. So how you can insert that data using some, you have to write some query, right? How to update, that is the, so I am talking about the management. So this management means So database management system can manage your database, right? You can create your another tables also. You can delete the tables also. You can insert the data into tables simply using this database management system.
And the view and the report generation is also part of this database management.
Yes. So you can create using the database management system. View also you can create.
Okay.
Correct. Yes. Anjana, you can carry.
Okay. So I hope this question is over. So we'll move to the next question. That is, why do we need a DBM? So again, we'll wait for some time for all of you to answer. Whatever you think, whatever points come up to your head, please write that down. We'll discuss it. Okay, so we have got 30 responses. So we'll wait for a little bit more time for the rest of you to answer. Okay, so I think we can head to the responses. Yeah, to reduce redundancy, to manage records efficiently, concurrency, less. Okay, by time, space. Okay, is there anybody who didn't want to write and want to like tell the answer by unmuting themselves? Then please you can do that as well. The DBMS is not mandatory. Okay. Okay, so can anybody tell me like why or how DBMS will be like useful for security purpose, or can give me an example or anything? Anyone?
You can have authorizations, right? In DBMS, file systems.
Your voice is not audible.
Now is it audible?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, like we have authorizations in DBM, like you can create authorizations in DBMS, like for some people, for managers, we can show this, can create views. So which is actually beneficial than which is actually harder in file systems to implement.
Yes, that's right. So
Can
can you give me
encryption is a aspect of DBMS security thing. Encryption.
So you're asking that?
No, I'm telling the security.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else? Any example of how it helps in security purpose? Yeah, multiple level of access. Can anybody give me an example of what does like multiple access mean?
For example, ma'am, you're managing the access of the people by recognizing their face. So the collection of face is the data which is stored in certain database and then it is used for security.
Okay. So how is that on different levels? Yeah.
Sorry.
Suppose in say Aadhaar card or passport. So there is a database. We can have, means as a user in normal common people, we have a access to check some view access is there, but we do not have the access to the database itself.
Exactly.
So this is a kind of access control.
Right, that's right. So some other people who are working on the other end will be having the access to like, right?
We can't have access to the database.
Only the admin.
Yeah.
Only view permission is.
And this can be set at various level, means how I want to design. I provide some people to access to change or manipulate the database, some other to view access. All these things we can do.
Yeah.
In various there.
Okay.
Even the users can be provided data right access, but only to a limited form afterwards. Once they have already filled up the form for updating their data, maybe their address or their mobile number. Just continuing on the example of Aadhaar card itself.
Yeah.
So the users are allowed to write data, but for that they have to access particular portal through which they can only modify their own data. No one else does.
Right. Exactly. Yes. Okay. Okay. So any doubts or any query on this question? Okay. So we'll move to the next question. That is, what is schema? So we'll wait for some time for all of you to answer. Okay, so we have got 33 responses. Okay, so I guess we can move to the responses. Okay, so would anybody want to give an example of what is a schema, or would anybody want to give a proper definition? Anyone?
Ma'am, I can try, but I'm not sure that I'm
Yeah,
right
please
or
go
not.
ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, ma'am, according to me, that the way we want to organize the data. For example, in the class list, if we want, like in attendance sheet, we want our data to be starting from like from A, B, C, their names, or we want the data according to their date of birth. Like if someone is born in 2002 or 3 or 4, according to that. So we can decide a schema that we want by their first alphabet or by their date of birth.
Okay, so you mean the design of the data, right? The
Yeah,
design
yes,
of
ma'am.
that particular database.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you're right. That is schema. So schema is basically the overall design of the database.
Or the physical structure of the database. I mean, how of the table, how it will look is a schema. Yeah.
Yeah, you can say that as well.
Like,
It's more
ma'am,
like the basis of identification or distinction that needs to be made.
like in
or
the
the
very
filter that
beginning
needs
of this today's session, you gave a overall schema. Like in this week, I want to do this, I want to do this, like this. The entire week 1 to week 12, you have a given an overview how things will flow. This we can call a type of schema. Later, the detailed part will come next.
Yes. Yes. So basically the structure.
Basically, the main structure.
Yeah.
How things will flow.
That's
This
right.
after this after this, like.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so
And we can also say it's a physical structure.
Yeah.
Physical structure of data.
Schema.
Yeah.
Yeah, schema is also a physical structure of data.
Okay.
Ma'am, one small doubt, ma'am.
Yeah.
Like in one of the video lecture, we have come across a term called metadata.
Okay.
So which has been defined as data about data, right?
Right.
So what is the difference between metadata and schema? Because schema is also some sort of structure, layout of data, right? And then metadata is also basically data about data. So what is the difference in metadata and schema?
Hello. Yeah. Anjana.
Yeah. Yes. Pradeep, you can go.
So can you stop for a moment? So is it visible to everyone, right?
Yes, sir. Visible.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Someone first telling, so storing the student data. Suppose you are defining some student table. You are familiar with the table, right? So table is a insert. We using in the relational database management. In the tables means or the relation. These are the similar concepts, right? These are the same things. These are we store the data in the row and the column man, right? So these are the row. So this represents the record and this represents the column, right? So someone at first said like the first column should be name, right? Then so let's keep this thing as
Name, date of birth,
roll number,
yes.
then name, right? DOB and the department, right? So this is the structure of the data, right? This is called the schema of the data. So every record come here, right? This should have roll number, name, and date of birth and the department, right? So this is the schema. We call this is a schema, and this is yeah, Nisan.
So then, in this sense, then the schema should be applicable only to database, not to DBM. I understood that the schema is applicable to the DBMS, how the management system is overall designed to process that data. I mean, this is a part of it. I mean, of course,
if I
database is a part of
change the
DBMS.
schema,
Yeah.
schema means the physical, schema means the structure. Simple. If
the scheme of
schema
things,
means,
yeah, right.
Yeah, structured, you can say blueprint, right? Or you can say also the template. So I set up any template. So this is, you can say this is the logical schema, right? So
Okay.
I said this is the schema for the table, right? So this is the table schema for the student. Up to this is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. If I designing for the database, right? So I have to design something like some structured of the database, right? Any structured, you can say.
Right.
So that is the that is the database schema, right? So how to store that data in the physical storage? I also have to mention some structure for the physical level. That is the physical schema. So
Sir, in the table, sir, you mentioned this is schema. It's okay, template, blueprint, structure, everything is okay. But how this logical part is connected in this table?
So this you defining in the logical level, right? So we haven't introduced that part. So there are 3 levels of abstraction, right? You know, if you watched video tutorial, right? So simply you can, for now, you can ignore that part, logical part. So right now you have to understand that schema means only structure or the blueprint, you can say. So this is the blueprint. If you anybody know about the class and the object, so you can relate that things with the schema. And there is another concept. One is the schema. If you watch the video tutorial, there is 2 concepts. One is the schema and another is the instance, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. If I putting any value here, roll number 1, name A, instead you, right? Anything, and the department, CS, right? 2, B, this is similar, and the EE, right? Right. So this is the schema, roll number, name, and date of birth, and this is the particular instance, particular point of time. This is the value of this student table. So this is called the instance of student table.
Actual value also, right? It can be actual value which we are putting here.
Yes, yes. Actual value are calls the instance of student. So if I calling this field, so schema of student is, right, roll number, name, date of, this is the schema structured of that.
Sir, I raised a doubt here only. Then what is the difference between schema and metadata? This was my question, sir.
Yeah, next I coming to that point.
Okay,
So
sorry.
is it clear to everyone what is the schema? This is the schema. Whatever
yes.
record come, that should be in this form. So if I want to insert another student data, that is the roll number 5, name E, and date of birth 14/10/22, and suppose this is the CSC, right? So particular instance, if the database has only one record, right? So this is called one instance. So instance schema is clear to everyone, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now coming to the points, the metadata. Right.
So what we call this roll number, name, date of birth, features of the table.
This is a schema.
No, this is schema, but individually this field will call features.
Attribute.
Attribute.
Right. And these are called the tuples. Tuples, or you can say rows. Right.
Records.
Or record, you can say also record.
Attributes.
Yeah, these are the one attribute. No, these are the attributes. The column are attributes.
Columns are attributes.
Columns are attribute.
Right. Okay, up to this is clear, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So metadata means data about data. So data about data. So this is your data. This is your actual data, right? So data about data means, so what is the structure of the tables? So this is your student table, right? So how you know what is the structure of the student tables? What is the structure of the unit? So you have to store somewhere, right? So suppose these are the attribute. What are the attribute? So suppose roll number, the attribute type is integer, right? And the length of each integer should be like 11, or there is name. This is suppose varchar, right? And this is suppose the 50 length, and suppose the date of birth is a date type, right? So you have to store somewhere this particular schema of the student tables, right? So this data is known as the metadata and department. 50.
So name will be string, right?
Yeah, that is a varchar, means variable character. Means the SQL.
Another name for string.
Yeah. In means we are data type in the SQL, that is for the text type is there is a 3 type of data structure. That is the character type, and another is the varchar, variable character, and another is the text type. So this will represent your string in the SQL, right? Okay.
Okay,
so
sir.
this data is a known.
This is called metadata, sir.
Yeah, this is called the metadata, and somewhere you have to store it in the database, means in your DBMS system.
Yes.
And where you store, that storage is known as the data dictionary. So where you store in data dictionary, we store the metadata. This data
you have the varchar same as alphanumeric?
Yes.
Is the varchar same as alphanumeric?
Yes. In varchar you can put any value, any character.
The name, how it will be alphanumeric?
Varchar in the character in string, as string you can put any value, integer value or so character value, right? Means letter also.
So in name also we can put a integer value. I mean.
Yes, you can put in the varchar. You can put.
Okay.
Yeah, that is a different thing.
Okay.
Sir, data dictionary is information about the schema only, na?
Yeah.
How many features are there?
This is metadata. This is metadata. You have to store somewhere in the physical, right?
Sir, metadata is required for database management system.
Metadata is provide for?
Metadata is required for, like, I am confusing you with when we make websites, we write HTML code. They also we specify metadata, so that the user can see like what kind of file type or what it is. So in this case, our client is, or the user is database management system such that it can understand and it can create data dictionary?
Yeah, actually. So this is kinds of the individual user. Suppose if you are using the PostgreSQL, you are not able to access this data. This can only access by the database administrator, right? So this is not ordinary table. So whatever's the metadata, that is the not ordinary table. So this is not everyone able to see this table. You are only concerned with this student data as a user, right? This is for the DBMS system. So DBMS system can, database management system can refer these things if you want to insert some data here.
So is metadata hidden somewhere in the data dictionary, or we can access that metadata?
Yeah. So that is hidden in the data dictionary part.
Sir, what all things are stored in data dictionary apart from metadata?
Yes.
What all things are stored in data dictionary, sir, apart from metadata? Because this was another question in activity question.
So this is the data dictionary. Data dictionary is used for storing this metadata.
Apart from metadata, what all things are stored in data dictionary? So that's my question.
Oh, okay. Data dictionary we store. This question is from activity question, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So here you can see we store the column name, we store the data type of the attribute, and what is the length of that attribute. Also, you can store the integrity constraint. Means suppose if you want to apply some constraint here. So suppose the name should name date of birth. So here you can suppose you apply some. So yeah. So let's check. You can check is the one constraint. If you do not know, don't worry about it. Check is the one constraint. It will check only the CSS student can insert the data, or electrical engineer student can, and the civil engineer. These three can only insert the data. So here I define the check constraint that also means stored in the data dictionary. Means you can say the integrity constraint is also stored in the data dictionary. Also, one thing is the index.
Apart from
index
sorry,
also.
Anything apart from the instances itself can be stored in.
Yeah. That is require database management to know about it. Other than this particular data instance. So that is
apart from the actual data, whatever definition, whatever it's defining the data can be stored in.
Stored in the data
structure of the data, the constraints, or the authorization.
Yeah.
Let me add something.
Can
so yeah, metadata contains about name of all the database table and their schema. Then it contains the constants such as primary key attribute, foreign key information, etc. Then it contains also authorization and content details about all the tables in the database as discussed Pradeep, and contain physical information about the tables. Simple.
Which one? Data dictionary?
Yeah, data dictionary.
Sir, can you repeat? Sorry.
Yeah, first thing is name of all the database table and their schema as Pradeep discussed. Then content table constant such as primary key attribute, foreign key information, etc. Then content authorization also. Then content details about all the tables in the database and content physical information about the table. Hello, am I clear?
Yes.
Is it clear to everyone, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
What is written here? Primary and foreign keys.
Yeah. That are the integrity constraint, right? So this in this integrity constraint, this thing are come. Primary key, foreign key, and other constraint like the check constraint, or you can say unique constraint, not null constraint. Right. That's all things that are stored in this particular data dictionary. And the access of the user. So suppose if you define some user, suppose instructor or the student, so you might define some view upon that also. Also there is also view. So the view are also defined here. The view and the view definition also. Hello.
Yeah.
So these are. So other than the actual data, whatever the information about the tables that are stored in the data dictionary.
Okay.
Data dictionary.
I think in the slide, the next portion is what is instance. We already discussed about it, the what is instance. Any doubt regarding this session?
Not a doubt, just a clarification. I think that will be covered in subsequent weeks. Like in one of the, one of the video lecture, professor has explained about Python codes and SQL codes, right? So that was literally a bouncer for most of us. So that will be explained in detail in coming weeks, right?
Yeah. We will cover it.
This Python, it is about the how Python file handling and DBMS file handling.
Correct.
So you can see the code in the written also, a GitHub link also. You can just see this is the basic overview. Just you can.
No, that's fine. But I am asking whether those topics will be discussed in much details, right? In subsequent weeks.
Yeah, subsequent weeks. You got transaction will be discussed in detail way. Don't worry.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I have doubt in PPA2, like in 1 week.
PPA2 practice assignment.
I mean, the problem. Yes, sir. Practice assignment. Basically, in the private test, I got 4 out of 5.
I did not got it. Can you repeat?
Actually, sir, I have a doubt in the practice assignment like PPA2. Like we have in 1 week, they are given a problem for solving, right? So there is a PPA1, PPA2, and GRPA1. So I solved PPA1 and PPA2, but in PPA2, I got 4 out of 5. So I want to ask where I'm doing mistake. I mean, which cases I didn't consider.
I think you are talking about Python. This is DBMS class.
This is DBMS live session.
Oh, I thought, sir, right now I have joined because.
No, I think you have joined DBMS.
DBMS.
Oh, okay, sorry, sir. Sorry.
No problem.
Actually, we got worried how PPA and GPA come and be one.
Even I surprised, sir, that I am trying to explain you PPA1, you couldn't understand. I mean, I'm thinking what happened to me. Sorry, sir, I'm actually sorry for that, sir.
No problem.
Any other doubt?
Sir, thank you.
Thanks everyone. I think we can bind up the session.
So next class is Saturday, right? 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Saturday. But if we have any doubt in installation, we can
you can post on the discourse.
Discourse. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.